I'm doing a 3-day fast. This is less about weight loss and more about reset. It's more about health internally. I'll go over all of the things that this is beneficial for. I'm following protocols from very famous cardiologist, Dr. Pradip Jamnadas. I hope I'm saying that right. So I do have my vitamins, my electrolytes, everything right here, and we'll go through that right now. My last meal was last night's dinner, so 8 p.m. The shop has been closed. So I would say that I'm, 12 hours in at this point. I do tend to have very light breakfasts. So at this point, it's kind of like wanting something that I'm just used to having. There's no actual hunger present right now. It's more about, water could be enough. Tea I have brewing here, and I'll show you guys how I'm going to be documenting, preparing. I just spent the last 3 days preparing with a very specific intermittent fasting window. So the last 3 days since Wednesday, Thursday, Friday have been those very specific days. And now today is Saturday, tomorrow Sunday, and then Monday will be my last day of the 3-day fast. So let's dive into it. So I have some water that's boiling hot with some green tea here. I'm going to drop this in. If you've ever heard of anyone that's done a fast unsuccessfully, it's probably because they didn't have the right vitamins, salt, electrolytes, different things that your body needs, especially as you're, peeing, you're going to be letting go of some sodium, some potassium, magnesium, things like that. I also invest in a very high quality water system here that adds oxygenation to the water. It's filtered through titanium plates. All I have to do is switch this. It feeds into the machine and goes right in there. Here's what I am using for magnesium, electrolytes. Now that that's full, make sure you add, you could do this with Himalayan salt, any other salt that has trace minerals. This is 1,250 milliliters. So I'll drink about 3 of these. I have this cool straw. This is more about lines on your lips that you don't need to get Botox if you go. Other straws cause you to go and do those lines on your lips. So here's some things that I am also having on this fast. Some vitamins. You can have more, different ones. I recommend, even more of these. These are bare minimums of what I have right now. B12. This is for energy, brain, nerve, food, bioactive form. There's also B9, and this is D3, K2. This is for bone health. When I did the DEXA scan, I saw that I have some deterioration in my L4, which is like right above the tailbone. So I'm taking these consistently even off the fast, but I'm continuing them on the fast. This MCT oil, it's basically coconut oil with triglycerides. And really the point of this is, if at any point I feel like I need something, this does have calories. It's technically you don't have any calories on a fast, but if you feel like you need support, this is something that you can have and still be fasting. So I'll refer to this if I need to. If I don't, I won't, but these two I've already taken them. I've got a lot of water, need to drink a lot, need to go to the bathroom a lot. And I already have my waist trainer. I already did my steps. Let's see how many steps. So right now it's 10. My oven was behind an hour since we switched times recently. And my steps right now, about 10,000. I'll walk again. And during this fast, I'll have a time period where there's a lot of growth hormone releasing. And that's when I will actually go to the gym and really focus on mind connect. It's about making that workout really land. Because with growth hormone, I can really, you can go to the gym and lift the weights all you want, but if you don't have something present, they're, minimal efforts. Now, when you have growth hormone coming and releasing in your body because you're in a fasted state, this is a prime time to take advantage of this free stem cells that your body is creating in order to build some prime muscle. So I will definitely be focused on lower body. I don't want to do any upper body. I'm focusing on losing and breaking up the fat clumps. I made a video about going to the spa, getting some treatments for non-invasive lipo. So I do have some videos on that. Very good. So I'm excited to take you guys through this journey. I'm excited for my own realizations that come through this. I'm learning as I'm documenting. So in no way, shape, or form am I an expert in this. You should consult your own doctor. You should do things on your own. Do your research. Don't just follow me just to follow me. I did some research. I've done this before. I went 3 days fasted before. Some people do this very regularly. I do think I want to incorporate this pretty regularly in my life. Constantly be in digestion mode. There needs to be closed hours. And I know in intermittent fasting, you do have closed hours, right? You're not eating for 16 hours at a time. So that is already a great place to start. If you haven't done any type of fasting before, that's the place you should go. You should wake up and drink a lot of water, drink a lot of tea. This will definitely make my belly, my stomach feel nice and warm, like a hug on the inside. Teas help me a lot, even with intermittent fasting, to be able to feel like I'm receiving something and not be hungry. When I do eat at 11, at 12, I feel good. I feel pretty normal. Tea has been a great way to do those fasting. If you've never fasted before, try doing some hours without eating. If your dinner, your last meal was at 8, try to eat again. Instead of 8 a.m., go for 12. Let your body really take everything out. There's benefits to that. Okay, so it's almost 12, and I usually break my intermittent fast. So for the 3 days that I was preparing, I broke my intermittent fast around 11:30 to noon. So around this time would be the time that I would be breaking my fast and eating breakfast or going straight into lunch. And I just wanted to start the camera and kind of say that, not that any hunger has been present. I think mentally, when you tell your mind like, okay, we're preparing for a fast and we're going to go through a 3-day fast, your mind is also on board. Like, the body is an incredible machine. I'm sure there will be waves of hunger, and I'll document that in a bit. But as of right now, the time that I would usually break my fast, I'm all good. I'm not thirsty. I'm not hungry. No headaches, no pain, no nothing. Went to the bathroom, worked a bit, recorded a few things, and we're doing really well. So around 2 o'clock, I suspect I probably will be a little hungry. So I'll turn on the camera and let you know what I'm doing at that time. So see you soon. It's almost 3. It's 2:40. And I had my first stomach growl to my stomach saying, hey, can we get something up in here? I brewed a second tea. If you take a look, I have another tea on there. I chose a fruit blend instead of green tea. And not bad. I'm drinking water. I've drank more teas than water so far. You guys saw me fill this water up, and it's kind of still full. So it's my job to work through this. I should be probably halfway through this. So I didn't drink enough of water, but I need to. That's how you fill up your stomach full of water. Do it till you can't breathe no more. That's a lot of water. I significantly brought it down since I just showed you. But that's what you just gotta do. Your body says, hey, we want something to fill us up. Okay, sure, no problem. I'll fill you up with water, with tea. I find that warm drinks do help me a lot. I will say that this is not for everybody. You might not want to do a fast. I personally am doing it for many reasons. Weight loss, fat loss is probably the last reason I'm doing it for. And the first reason is for inflammation. If you take a look at my skin, I have inflammation. My body literally says, hey, we're inflamed, and I'm going to let you know by showing up on your face. You guys will see, I have nothing on my face other than the skincare. It's a 3-step skincare that I've been doing for rosacea. And you guys will see that my inflammation levels will go down. So let's take a good look at my skin right now. Pretty red. So I'm confident that in 3 days, my skin will be so much clearer than it is right now. And we'll have the comparison to do that. So I'm excited to show you guys that. Got all up in my grill to prove a point. But let's check in around 5 hours. I think it's funny that I decided to record in the kitchen, being that I am not eating. So I just refilled the water bottle. This is my second big jug of the day. I know I said I was going to come back in 5 hours, but I came a little earlier really to say how amazed I am at the body, really, because any other day that I'm eating regularly, like let's say I had breakfast, if I would have waited, right now it's 6:30, if I would have waited from breakfast till 6:30, I would feel like I'm dying. However, when you're fasting, that doesn't happen because there was nothing in your stomach before. It doesn't really stimulate hunger to keep going. So I am very impressed with the body. I am surprised. I almost feel, no, I really do feel like I feel like I have freedom of food thoughts, and it's just, I'm not thinking about what should I eat, what do I want to eat, what am I craving. Any and every thought that comes with food. I'm hungry. I should wait. I don't want to wait. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to start cooking. I got to put the food away. Whatever, anything that has to do with food is currently subdued. It doesn't really exist. What does exist, I came to do this video because my stomach did have, when you breathe a big breath and when your stomach bag is empty, it makes like a growling sound. Even though it didn't growl by itself, I stimulated it by moving. But that goes to show that it's empty. And on a fast, if your stomach is empty, that's the right time to fill that bad boy up with water, because that's what we're doing, a water fast. So like I mentioned, I had the 2 vitamins earlier today, the MCT oil. I didn't really have any. I'm doing this fast with somebody, and they're telling me that they are feeling like they could have some bone broth right now. And I told them, if you feel like you need it, then go for it. If you don't, then chill. I'm curious to see how tonight is going to be, because, being able to sleep with a full warm belly, you just get a full night's rest. Even if you ate and you stopped eating and you fasted for 2 hours before you went to bed, whatever it is, you still had something. So I'm really curious to see how the night goes, how I sleep, how everything happens. I'm really curious to see the skin, how my skin starts clearing up from the redness. And this is just regular light that's coming in from the balcony. There's no lights on in my house at 6:30. So here's to tonight. Let's see how I'm feeling. I'm sure maybe I'll feel hungry later today, but as of right now, no hunger. The stomach is completely empty, but I just fill it up with water again. So let's see. Okay, so it's 9:15 at the end of the day of the first day of fasting. I just basically finished my second bottle of water. I'm going to finish this here, or jug of water. I'm going to finish this and I'm going to refill and really try my best to just drink a bit more. Maybe even half of that third one would really do me good. I had tea throughout the day, kept me warm, kept me good. I'll be honest with you, I'm really surprised at how much my body is not like, oh my God, I'm dying, I'm starving. Because if I would have had breakfast today, by lunchtime, I would have been starving. But the thing is, when your body isn't receiving anything, it is working on what's stored. And that's also a great thing for it to work on. Your body is healing. Your body is getting stored fat. Your body is reducing inflammation, which is the main reason why I'm doing this. I'm excited to show you guys how my skin reacts throughout the 3 days. And I'm also really curious to see how I do with sleep, because, you know, as you eat, and even if I ate at 7, by 9, I'm still feeling satisfied, full, things like that. But going to sleep on a fasted stomach isn't something that I've done in a long time. I don't even remember how my night's sleep went when I did this 7 years ago. So I'm intrigued. Can't wait to update you guys. If I do wake up throughout the night, or, you know, if I can't fall asleep, what I'm going to do is either go to the gym or spend some time in the sauna. Make sure I'm really hydrated to do that. And hopefully that makes me literally exhausted. Otherwise, let's see. Good morning. Just woke up. I woke up throughout the night. Don't know if that had to do with anything, but towards the morning, I started feeling a little like, oh, I could use some water, because I've had a feeling like, you know, a headache was near. Not to say that I had a headache, but I could feel that if I don't drink water, this would lead to a headache. So as soon as I got up, I drank a little water, and now let's chug some together. Breakfast. I'm gonna take my vitamins. I have my belt on too, and my faja vest. I'm on the last number here. The reason why I have the vest on is because I'm also doing something called non-invasive lipo for my back and my arms. So when you have the vest on, you give more support to your skin to boost the collagen and shape you back. This is my skincare to cool off my red cheeks. So here it is. Okay, time to walk the doggos. So I just finished editing this week's video. I am on day 2. This would be the time that I would break my fast, like on a regular day basis. It's about 11:45 on a Sunday, so I am not hungry. So here's the thing. If anything, what I feel is the desire to chew something, or like the habit of having something. But it's not like legit hunger. It's just like oral fixation of like wanting something, knowing that you usually normally have something. It's not painful. Nothing hurts. There's no headache. There's no stomach pain of like rumbling or anything like that, which is really mind blowing, because if I'm on day 2, I think I'm 34 hours in so far. Just keep drinking, just keep drinking, just keep drinking, drinking. So it's about 4 o'clock, and I'll be honest with you. I would like to eat. It's not hunger, but I believe I have some like acid in the stomach, because I was laying down and I was feeling just like uncomfortable. Like if I wasn't fasting, this would be a time where I would put something in my stomach, because I just felt like right here, kind of like, you know, uncomfortable. So what I'm doing is heating up some tea. Hopefully the warmth of the tea like soothes everything down, makes like the acid calm down. I remember last time that I did this fast a few years ago, the second day was the hardest for me because I remember the first day was smooth sailing, and then the third day was almost like a high, like, you know, like a second runner's high where you're like, I could do another 3 days. I'm not going to do another 3 days, but not right now anyway. I'm looking forward to this ending tomorrow the way I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling a little hot in the cheek. Can't say I feel my prime, but maybe I'll change after this tea. I don't know, but I wanted to come on here and let you guys know it's about 4 o'clock on the second day of the fast. 4 p.m. on Sunday. My last meal was Friday dinner. Tomorrow will be the last day, and then Tuesday I'm going to have the bone broth. I'm going to then, after an hour, introduce it with 1 egg. I'm going to start very small. Everything that I've seen that I need to do to introduce a fast. So I'm going to then keep my meals pretty small after here too, probably smaller than I had before. So the water is now boiling. Let me drink a whole kettle of tea. So it's been 2 hours since I last checked in, and I was not feeling good during that check-in. I'm happy to report I'm feeling much better. I definitely bounced back. I had some tea, I showered, I drank water and electrolytes. I went for a walk while the sun was coming down. It's coming down now, kind of entering the phase of like, if I were to have dinner, this would be the time to have it. Skin is still pretty red. I don't know if it went down or not, but hopefully by tomorrow it goes down even more. So it is nighttime. I almost forgot to do a nighttime cap of day 2. Day 2 was significantly harder than day 1, not because of hunger, but more because of the habit, the fixation. I really felt the desire to like chew something, you know, going on your phone and you see content of food and stuff, and it just, you know, it just makes you want what you're used to. So it's more of discomfort of going away from what you're used to, not discomfort in terms of pain, of hunger, of things like that. It's just more letting go of what, you know, you're addicted to, like the content, the foods, the snacking, the habitual snacking. It's truly what it is. This has made me realize that once I go back to eating on Tuesday, that I really want to take snacking out of it, because if you're hungry, eat. That's the right thing. If you're not hungry, what's the snack going to do? Whatever you're trying to satisfy is still not going to be satisfied with the snack, because it's not about the snack. It's about that habit. It's about that kind of vice. You know what I mean? So being able to go away from that is definitely going to also help me be in a caloric deficit. It's going to help me, you know, continue to be cautious, mindful of what I'm eating. Snacks are usually not nutritious at all. So really putting my focus on meals. If I'm hungry, eat a meal. If I'm not hungry, what am I doing? Chewing on something, you know? So yeah, today was harder. I felt some discomfort, kind of like acidic, right? So maybe tomorrow I'll have bone broth. Maybe I'll add a little MCT oil to that. Let's see how I feel. I have not had black coffee. Maybe I'll add that since tomorrow is Monday, a working day. So I need to be a little more sharper. Towards the night, I got a little burst of energy. I actually even closed my move ring. I worked out today. I did very little, very light, but I did weight training. You know, I did lifting. And, you know, because the growth hormone, it's like supposedly over 300%. So really being able to do that muscle-mind connection to build continuously good muscle. I did lower body, and I wore these pink shorts that I wore when I started getting back into working out, and I'm 20 pounds lighter. I'm 20 pounds lighter than I was when I had those shorts on for the first time. So just mind-blowing to see how the body does change. It does react. Give it a few, right? that video, I believe, was last year fall. So, you're 8-10 months apart, 20 pounds for 10 months. It's healthy. It's healthy weight loss. It's not too fast. So yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow there's no discomfort there. If there is, I know it's part of the process. I know it's the last day. Tuesday I'm going to go back into eating. So I'm excited for that. But again, it's not even about hunger. It's more about the desire to want something, or to taste something, or to chew something, to have something in your hand. That's the habit. Those are the things that I'm seeing, like, wow, I would have went in my cabinet a bunch of times by now. Cleaning up these habits one by one. On my third day. I can't believe it. Here's the skin check. Let's make this clear. Day 3. I am amazed. Yesterday was hard. This morning I woke up already feeling pretty good. I had a great night's sleep and didn't even brush my hair yet. I just wanted to check in and say waking up this morning was really good. I'm not talking about weight numbers or any fluctuation like that. That is a lot of water weight. Like I said, I'm doing this more for inflammation. And inflammation is going down. Ketosis was real last night. And I did work out, got that, growth hormone in. I'm going to work out today again, really take advantage of all the healing that's happening in my body. So let's do it. I've done 2 workouts on this fast. It's now about lunchtime, heating up some tea. I would like to eat just because food tastes good, but it's not necessarily, my stomach's not growling. I'm not starving. You would think that on the 3rd day of not eating food, you really want food. I already secured the eggs for tomorrow. I secured the bone broth for tomorrow. I have the brand Kettle and Fire because it's 100% grass-fed beef bones that they use for the broth. I'm excited to get back into it. But you know what? With this fast, I realized I do not need the amount of food that I've been eating. Like I said, I love food. So the portions of the food that I was eating, it was at least for 2 people. Let's just be totally honest. We as a whole, in terms of the country, I think, I'll just speak for Americans, we eat portions that are way blown out of proportion. We eat portions that are for 2, 3, sometimes even 4. I remember I went to this Chinese place to get fried chicken in the sauce and all these things. And they're like, you want the combo or the thing? And I'm like, no, the one that isn't a combo that comes with rice because they put so much rice. I just really eat the meat. And she's like, oh, you want the one for 2 people? And I'm like, it's for 2 people? Because I was eating it all in one sitting. It's delicious. But that now brings a lot. It ties everything in. If you are ordering something, you're buying something, consider eating only half of it because it's nothing. I can't find one thing in America that is truly one portion. So I'm excited to get back and really introducing just smaller meals now that I've been, fasted. It's going to be easier to transition because when you're used to bigger meals, it's really, really hard to go from big meals to small meals like cold turkey. But after you have fasted, anything you eat is more than what you've been having. So that's the good thing. Being able to introduce smaller meals is going to be way easier, I feel, now that I'm quote unquote used to nothing. So bone broth, wait an hour. I'm going to have the egg. That one egg I'm sure is going to feel, I can't wait to document what it tastes like. I'm sure it's going to be like explosions of fireworks of flavor. I made sure to really get a good egg because I had eggs at the house, but those are eggs that I used for making chicken cutlets, things like that, where you're not tasting the egg itself. For me to have eggs for breakfast, I really need a good egg. I mean dark yolk, the chicken hasn't been fed just corn. It has a variety in their diet, and you can tell by the color of the egg. If an egg is yellow pale, light yellow, I don't like those eggs. I like those eggs that are orange, fiery orange, red almost. Those are really, really nutritious. So I'm excited to eat a sunny side up egg. My mouth is watering. All the content, it just has not been useful because I'm still online, I'm posting things. And of course, you know, after you post, you'll see some more content, things like that. I'm seeing other things from other people, and a lot of it is food content, and it's just tough to watch and have your mouth water just because taste wise, not hunger wise. It's not a hunger thing. But let's take a look at my skin. I'm excited to compare my skin to what it was when I first started the video. My dog's been eating good. She just burped. So I did some math. So with the help of chat, I see here, I asked, the last time I ate was Friday at 8 p.m. How many hours have I fasted if it's Monday, 5 p.m.? Now it's 6 o'clock, but when I asked it, it said Friday, 8 p.m. to Saturday, 8 p.m., 24, Saturday, 8 p.m. to Sunday, 20, Saturday, 8 p.m. to Sunday, 8 p.m., 48, and then Sunday, 8 p.m. to Monday, 5 p.m. is 21. So total fasted hours are 69. Now that I'm at 6 o'clock, it's 70 hours. So I'm basically under 3 days, which would be the 72 hours. I'm gonna do like 71 hours because I'm gonna start simmering this bone broth here. I just opened it, so it's gonna take some time to like fully heat up on simmer, really low. And after that, I'm gonna wait an hour, and then I'm gonna have an egg, and then I'm gonna go to bed tonight just having the bone broth and the egg, and then tomorrow I'll start like a full day of eating, just whole foods, nothing with like a label or a barcode on it. So I'm doing 71 hours instead of 72 only because it's already 6:20 and I want to be able to have the bone broth in like, 40 minutes. Let's say I have the bone broth at 7, then I'm going to have the egg at 8 p.m. And I don't want it to be, if I wait for 72 hours, that means that it pushes everything back 1 hour, and I don't want to have the egg at 9 p.m. Why don't I just wait until tomorrow? Because I kind of want to slowly introduce it. I didn't want to do like bone broth, 1 egg, and then have a day full of eating. I want to just have the bone broth and just 1 egg, let that simmer in my system for a little bit overnight. And then tomorrow, I'll either go for breakfast or lunch, but definitely something light. I'm going to go for clean eats, light things. I'll be sharing that with you guys. Heated up my broth. Wow, guys, the time has come. My bone broth. Tastes good, warm, tastes like sustenance. The reason why I really like this brand is because it's not only 100% grass-fed, most importantly, it's grass finished, which means when they were close to, butchering, instead of just giving them grass, if they're not grass finished, they will give the cow a lot of corn, soy, just to fatten them up towards the end to really get the highest bang for the farmer buck. But when they're grass fed and grass finished, that does not happen. They eat grass from the start to the end of their life. And there's value to that because when you're eating foods, the nutrition really depends on what they eat, right? So if they're only eating corn and soy, there's a reason why we as a people have seen weight gain go up compared to 50 years ago. The nutritional feed that goes to animals is also very important because that's essentially the nutrients that they're passing on to us. So being able to have them grass-fed, grass-finished, if you can get meat from a regenerative farm, then that is the best meat there is. I've seen some videos that are so weird that makes you want to stop eating meat. And I went a phase where I stopped eating meat, obviously brought it back into my life, but now it's about getting the best sources of meat. That's really my priority. Of course, I still eat out, and best believe when you're having that chicken or that steak out, I don't care how much you pay for it, it's questionable sources. Okay, so this is the egg I do like, and this is the egg I do not like, and I'm gonna show you guys the difference in color. Can you see that one is yellow and one is orange? That has to do with what the chicken ate, their nutritional feed. Yay, meal number 1. Oh my gosh, guys. Here is meal number 1. I could barely talk, my mouth is watering. I'm excited. Let's see the flavors I feel in this thing. Look at this, yolk. Guys, this looks good. Wow, that's good. I miss chewing. When I broke my fast 7 years ago, the first thing I had was a blackberry. Today, I learned that you're not supposed to break your fast with a carb so that you don't spike your insulin. I also learned that eating with your hands signals to your brain we're eating. It releases like certain things in your mouth to help with digestion. Our bodies are just insane machines. It's so impressive. We are so impressive. I'm grateful for this. I feel like any other time I would have scarfed this food down, but because I'm really tasting it, I'm just taking my time. So flavorful. Almost tastes like an egg grandma would make. Grandma uses a lot of oil though. And that's it. Wow, so I did the 71 hours and I'm so proud of myself. I hope that you guys see that it is possible. There are health benefits. It just depends, what are you fasting for, right? I told you guys I fasted for a few health benefits, mainly inflammation and reducing inflammation. Let's take a look at my skin. And inflammation is in fact down. So everyone will fast for different reasons. And so that's what I do with this channel. It's really just a personal thing. And if it sparks curiosity in you, try it out. I would love to hear how that works for you, what worked, what didn't, which day was the hardest for you. You know, how was it tasting your first food? It's just really amazing to have a community, to have each other's back. I love seeing Dr. Pradip Jamnadas. Dr. Pradip Jamnadas is amazing. He's always talking about having silence in your life. Silence not only in your thoughts, silence in terms of like realizing all those cravings, those food thoughts, those everything that comes up, you know, understand that it's a thought and you can either agree with that thought and proceed down that path, or you can challenge that thought.
Inflammation is down. Wow.